Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto and a new video. Not one done a video for a few weeks now, so it's definitely time to jump back in and see what's going on across the board. Today I will be taking a look at three assets which I've been accumulating over the last couple of months really. I mean over the last year really I've been dabbling in and a few of those underwater, but some of them aren't looking too bad now. I mean we'll take a look at Metis first. It's an asset which I'm really bullish on, not in terms of price structure at the minute, but you have to go against your emotions, don't you? I mean, you're looking at any chart, even in stocks, in any type of field, really, stocks, bonds, crypto, everything, it's all down. There's that possibility that it may go further down, but it is what it is. But for me, I think at some stage you have to start buying into assets, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting to buy into these three assets, which we'll cover through this video. And I'll show you where I've been buying and where I'm looking to sell to either accumulate or just to take some profit. So, like I say, Metis is that first asset. This is the daily time frame. I'm actually using a BitGet chart here. This is the platform I do most of my trading on. I mean, you can't use it for an on or off ramp, but it's a good trading platform. We've had 0% fees on for spot trading for a while. But yeah, it's a decent asset, a decent platform to use. So yeah, BitGet, look at this. The all-time highs has been up here somewhere, $176 for Metis, and look at that, we're currently down at $17. I've been buying multiple batches of Metis, so my first major batch was back here in, well, not my first accumulation batch, should I say. I bought some here at $32, right on that wick, and then the market's pulled us back. Then I've bought in at $22 here. And I've just bought back in at around, I think it was $17 here. So that's three buys that I've bought so far. Slightly underwater on some of them, but I'm not bothered. If you're into investing in cryptocurrency, you've done it for a long time, you know that the markets do eventually turn around. The thing is with investing, you buy the asset because you fundamentally believe in its use case and its utility. And for me, I do. In all these three assets I'm going to cover now, I fundamentally believe they will be a great asset in the future. That's why I'm buying Metis, and that's why I'm buying it here, and that's why I've been buying it here. I think personally that was a decent level, to be honest, and I'm happy to dollar cost average down and wait for that bull run to come. Whether that's in 2023, Q1, 2Q, or Q4, or whenever, or even moving into 2024, at some stage these buys will start to come back into profit. And that's for me, I'm a long-term investor. That's why I can do what I do now. I work from home, I do crypto full-time. I can put a trade in now and then look back at it in 6 months and make enough money for a year. That's what crypto does, and you don't have to worry about looking for those daily trades. If you're that type of person. For me, I prefer the long waiting game, and that's what's done me well over the last 5 years in crypto. So Metis. If you want to buy some Metis, then there's an obvious elephant in the room, and that's these wicks down here. I mean, if we just put a horizontal rail there, in fact, we'll put a box on there just to catch all of those levels. So if you look at all these wicks around here, there's around 5 or 6 wicks. Within that range, for me, that is a decent buy zone there. There's that possibility it could go lower, but as you can see, when we did drop down to that period, we did get some major price action. Actually, we're shot from that level there. If we look at that in terms of percentage from the lows there at $14, we actually pushed up to $49. I was looking to take some profit there because I remember bought some at 19 and rode it all the way up, and then I ended up skimming it off back down here. But yeah, that made a really good run back in July, and then ever since it has pulled back, and it is what it is. I mean, looking at this now, that is an area where I would be considering buying. I mean, if you want to start laddering some orders in, you could use an old Fibonacci on the lower time frame if you're going from this region here and have a zoom right in. If we put the Fibonacci on from the bottom move there where we bounce to the top of the move, then look at that, we're currently bouncing off that 50% level at 1697. If you're looking for entries on the lower time frames, then use these 1676, 1647, $16, and then this big level down here at around $15. That's some levels for you to monitor if you're wanting to buy. For me then, once you manage to buy at those levels, the next level to take profit is up at around $19 and $20. Psychological number 20 is a nice round figure where people will consider taking some profit. So $20, and then above that, major support regions here at 23 and then 32. When we get to 32, I'll be taking a substantial profit. But like I say, my last buys was around 22, which was around there. So I bought at 22, 17, and then I bought also up here at 32. So I will be using them as take profit regions. This will be TP1 from my first batch, And then when we get above that, I'll be using missed buys to take profit up here. And then I've got the $32 buys, which are going to be long-term holds. I mean, if the price did push up, then I'll be looking to take profit around 48, 49. And $50 is, again, a psychological number where people will be looking to take profit. I'm not going to give it any type of TA to tell you which way the price is going to go, because it's Groundhog Day and there's a good chance it's just going to go sideways for an indefinite period of time. But at some point it will push up and you will be able to take profit, and that is levels where I personally would consider taking profit. So you're talking $32 and $22 if you're buying at these ranges. If you're looking at buys here, say if you get a buy-in down at $14, $15, what's going on here? Where's my price range? There we go. If you manage to buy here, then that first TP is around 50%, and then beyond that, if you're looking to take TP up at 32, you're talking about 100% move there, so you're doubling your money if you do get at those levels. So that's Metis. The next asset, Elrond, which has been in a range for quite a long time, since June, and then it's dropped down. I saw two 5,000 EGDL sells the other day. 10,000 EGL sold, which were around $250,000, I think, and it has brought us down out of this lower range at the minute, which is not the best, but as you can see, we're sat on a little bit of a level of support here. If we put the horizontal ray on there, bang. So if you look at this wick here, that's where it rejected, come back down, retested at 35, and that's where the current price action is bouncing so far. We've had a couple of wicks below it, but for me, that is an area where I would be considering buying now. There's also a possibility that this is obviously the range here. This could be a deviation, which we then do bounce off this region here, and we'll be looking to, it depends, if we can reclaim this lower range here, then I think we'll be okay, and we'll start to push on and maybe looking to take profit around 52 levels. But for now, if you're looking to buy, I will be buying now at $35, and then ladder them down in multiples of $5, so $30, $25, if it does come down to those levels. But for me, I think it's a great opportunity now. Let's hope we do bounce from this region, come back up into that range bound area, and then we can look to take some profit up at around $53 and $67, because I think that range is critical. Getting back into that range now is really something that we need to see the price doing, and hopefully, like I say, if that's a deviation, we'll come back into that range and start playing it out nicely and getting some sideways trading action. Remember, if you're selling here at 53, then look to buy back in down towards this region at around 45, and then look to buy back in here, because there's a good chance it just bounces up and down in that lower range down there. So just something for you to monitor. Use the EQ, which is the equilibrium here. That is a central trading area. Use the high range, use the lower range, and hopefully can make some good money from that. So that's Metis, Elrond, and the final asset, which I'm going to cover, is RSR. Probably classed as a low cap now. It's been absolutely obliterated since the highs. I think it's probably down around 98%, which is insane, really. But that's what it is. It's one of those algorithmic stable assets. But for me personally, it's got a solid utility, which is working in a lot of these countries which are being decimated by hyperinflation. And again, you could say this was in a range bound price action around here, and then it's dropped out. I mean, hopefully this is a deviation. If it manages to come back above 0.3%, then fingers crossed it just push on. But I mean, if you're looking for buys, I mean, this is a major area of liquidity down here, and that's what we're tapping into now. We are tapping into this liquidity area. I mean, if you're looking for buys, there's going to be some steady ones down at this range here. Major support there, and if you're looking for this, I mean, it is trying to push back up against this level I've marked at 0.003. If it gets back above there, then I think we'll be okay, and we'll look to tag it up at 3.5. But below that, you're looking for buys down here at 0.2 of a cent, and then below that, you've got 0.11 of a cent. There are some big levels to buy. If it does come down there, I'll probably buy some more, but I have been buying around here, I've been buying around here, and I've probably bought some up towards here at some point, so I am quite heavily underwater with some of those buys. But like I say, the utility far outweighs the current price for the asset, and I think it is massively undervalued. So, I mean, I have mentioned big TP levels on this before, at half of a cent here, 1.1 cent, and then above that we've got 2.2 and 1.6. Those are massive levels up here. I think once the price just starts to get some bullish price action, get out of this level here at 1.1. Once it gets at 1.1, I will be hitting the take profit button up here at 1.6 and 2.2 cent. But it's looking a long way off that there yet. I mean, from current prices today, you're talking a 240% move. But like I say, it's a low cap now, and it doesn't take a lot of liquidity to start moving the price. And if you start getting a little bit of FOMO across the markets, If Bitcoin starts rallying back up to 18, 19, 20k, some of the assets will follow it, and you might start to see some significant pumps, but it's not looking like that at the minute. And for me, things do look a little bit bleak, but I remember back in 2018 when the price was stagnant, nobody wanted to buy anything. And it kind of goes against your emotions, doesn't it? When the price is high, you think, but damn, I want to buy it. The markets are buzzing, everybody's around wanting to buy everything. But when the markets are like this, ghost town, nobody wants to buy anything, they think that's it, crypto is never going to come back again. In reality, going against your emotions is the best thing to do. I think I put a post up the other day saying I'm starting to accumulate, I think Metis or Elrond, and somebody said, wait for next year to get cheaper prices. That is a given. Prices could come lower, but they also could go higher as well. And for me personally, I always feel like I have to at least allocate some capital to the assets that I'm fundamentally aware of, and the ones that I think I've got real strength. So for me, that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting to buy when others are not buying, and that is the key. That is when you make the money. I think I saw Andrew Tate saying it the other day. He said people are wanting to buy crypto. Exactly what I say. Look, when it's high, people want to buy it. When it's low, they don't. Now is the time to start buying. Given it can go lower, but for me, I'm bullish on crypto long term, and I think it's a great opportunity to buy now. So that's it. Also, the last video before Christmas, might get one in between New Year, but we'll see. But if I don't see you before then, have a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll catch you next time.